Hello and welcome to Rev Sports. I'm Gargi Raut, and joining me for the show is Bharat Ramraj. Soon, Rohit Juglan will join us from Bulawayo and also Vaibhav Tripathi. Now, Bharat, before we get to Scotland and Bangladesh, of course, I want to start off with the India Under 19 campaign in the Under 19 World Cup. India takes on New Zealand Under 19 tonight, and while India have got their qualification spot, we have to talk about the net run rate because if it will be carried forward and India will be looking to uh, get a dominating win here. But Bharat, when it comes to the captain, Ayush Matre is the biggest concern at the moment. Lean patch continues. He's returning after an injury. How are you looking at his campaign throughout the World Cup?
Yeah, not just in his World Cup, he has been in rather ordinary form for a while in under 19 cricket, although he has done well in the IPL. Yes, he has kind of struggled against movement up front, so that could be a weakness that he needs to sort out in the coming days, and this is a good chance for him to do well. Obviously, New Zealand under 19, they are under some problems because both their games got rained out, and that is why they would be desperate to win this game. Although at this level, New Zealand under 19, they have not been good in under 19 World Cups over a period of time. Maybe barring the first or the inaugural ICC under 19 World Cup. I'm not thinking about the one that was held in '88. Barring that, New Zealand under 19 haven't done well at the under 19 level. But yes, still an important game for India under 19. As you noted, net 100 will be carried forward, and hopefully Ayush Matre will score some runs, and also Aaron George will get a chance because he's been laid low by a tennis elbow. Today he will be hopefully fit and also get some runs because he's technically a good batsman, sound batter. So from India under 19's point of view, is very much a wild card of that side.
Absolutely, he is. The other two batters that we're talking about, because it seems like there's an asymmetry in the Indian under 19 batting lineup. Right now, we've seen all the matches that we've seen. Vaibhav Suryavanshi and Abhigyan Kundu have been doing all the lifting. They've been carrying this batting lineup on their shoulders. Apart from that, we haven't seen many great performances, but future looks bright, obviously, for Vaibhav Suryavanshi after everything that he's done over the past 12 months. But Abhigyan Kundu also coming up as a real prospect.
He seems to have good temperament. I think that is the key part to look at with him. Talent-wise, I would say Vaibhav Suryavanshi is the best batter of the lot because his talent is such that the way he was picking the length early on a turning pitch, on a pitch that was resisting the spinners last time around when India under 19 took on when India under 19 took on Bangladesh under 19, he was the one who was really picking the spinners really well. And yes, Kundu is someone who has good temperament. Started slowly in that match, but the key part to look at was he didn't throw his wicket away, didn't gift his wicket away. He was able to fight through or wade through that tricky situation where the ball was doing a bit, and that helped him to get all those runs.
Absolutely. How are you seeing the fixture tonight? Obviously, New Zealand under 19, both are very strong teams, India and New Zealand. But India will have to make sure that they're going in with a strong net run rate into the qualifiers.
Yeah, see, in this world, obviously, yeah, I've only seen New Zealand under 19 once because both their games got rained off. That was against US under 19. Based on what I've seen of New Zealand under 19, I think India under 19 are the favorites here. But you never know. On some of those pitches that you have seen in Bulawayo, in Harare, the ball definitely does a bit early on, and then it helps the spinners as well. So if New Zealand under 19 get it right, they can cause India under 19 some trouble. But still, I will back India under 19 to win this game. I think they have too much going for them when it comes to playing New Zealand under 19.
Rohit also joins us, Rohit Juglan from Bulawayo. Rohit, after I think only an hour to go for the match, less than an hour to go for the match, India under 19 takes on New Zealand under 19. You've been watching this young team throughout the tournament and before that as well. But tell me, how is this fixture shaping up? Of course, India already have their spot booked, but net run rate is something that is important here since it will be carried forward.
Obviously net run rate will be a very important part, and that's what Pakistan did. I saw a couple of tweets, couple of uh, you know the persons who know cricket, they are talking about it, that what Pakistan did was not right, but what Pakistan did was absolutely right. They have shown a great presence of mind as far as how they can, go with a team which is not very close to them as far as net run rate is concerned, because this you have to, carry to the Super Six stage also. And it's not like other, tournaments where you have just one, Super Six stage. In this particular tournament, there are two separate Super Six stages. You have a to D group, make a individual Super Six group, and then you have a B to C group, make another individual Super Six group, and from there onwards, you will find your top four. So it's going to be very important, as you rightly said, that net run rate will play a very huge part, and India on that front is very comfortable at this point of time, because Gargi, you know that apart from the big margins, the win, the W in front of your name will give a boost to the net run rate. So look at the USA in our side. They have lost all the games, but not with very big margin.
Okay, there seems to be a problem with Rohit's internet. We've lost him. But Bharat, an interesting point that Rohit Juglan mentioned was obviously Pakistan under 19, the way that they've strategized that whole thing. Can you explain to our viewers what really happened, and that it was a deliberate but also a smart move?
Yeah, as you know, it is based on net run rate. So they basically wanted, I guess, Zimbabwe to go through rather than Scotland, if I'm not mistaken. And that's what they basically did. They just tried to slow it down, and this just made me remember in a way Australia versus West Indies from the '99 World Cup. Although it was slightly different, it was in terms of wins, but that's what basically I think they did. They tried to slow it down, slow down the run rate, and that is how Zimbabwe's qualification on net run rate, along with Pakistan Group C, came at the expense of Scotland.
Rohit is back. Sorry, Rohit, we lost you for a little bit. Please continue on your
Yeah.
point. You were talking about the run rate. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's my point. That's for India, it's really important, to make it 3-0 as far as league stage is concerned, because apart from that, there's England also who already did it. And all the teams now, all the groups are very much sorted. They have played their 3 games. It's now only these I think last 4 teams who haven't played their last this league stage game. At this point of time, the weather looks clear, but from last night it was raining, like uh, it was sometime drizzle, sometime a good amount of rain, and that's what I said in my 10 a.m. video also. That's the weather going to be the most important challenge, because if you see New Zealand game, they have started each and every game but haven't completed any game. So all their games at this point of time, they washed out. Even the game against USA batted really well in that particular game. That could be the game where USA can take those 2 points. And because there are 3 teams, qualifying from one group, it could be a very good chance that USA could make to the next round. But just because rain interrupted 1-1 points to both the teams, and it damages the chances of USA to qualify for the next stage. So if you see the way weather is playing its part, I think that's going to be the biggest challenge in front of India. And as Bharat sir rightly said, that not New Zealand. I'm not undermining New Zealand, but this New Zealand side doesn't have that much of quality. We all know, but in ICC tournaments, New Zealand always punched above their weight. Since the time we are watching them, and nobody talked about New Zealand, that they are the absolute favorite. But yeah, if you look at this team, there's one good player. He's an Indian origin, with Indian origin. His family moved almost, maybe 2 decades ago or before that. Roots from Patiala. His name is Aryan Man. Shared dressing room with Kane Williamson. He plays Northern Districts Endies is his team. Scored a couple of half centuries there. Someone, I was listening to his interview with the ICC. Someone you can look forward to as far as this India versus New Zealand game is concerned. Apart from that, there are three other players, players from, roots from Vijayawada and other different places of India. And same story, the family moved a couple of decades back and, started their cricket, age group cricket, and then, qualifying for this under 19 team. So some good stories, some interesting stories from there as far as Indian origin players are concerned. But yeah, Gargi, at this point of time, like we can, from different team, we can pick up certain players that you can look forward to these in this New Zealand team. I'm not very sure that you can take 4 or 5 names that, yeah, these are the players you can look forward to.
All right, Rohit, Bharat, let's talk about Scotland a little bit. Let's talk about the T20 World Cup a little bit, because it is weighing heavy on everyone's mind.
Just
Everyone
to
is
add
thinking about what.
one point. I think I was not 100% clear, so I just will tell about the Zimbabwe situation, Pakistan situation. What happened was, because Zimbabwe got through now, their net run rate will be included when it comes to Pakistan, and that means because their net run rate is better than Scotland, so that is how it is. They will take the net run rate, which will include the Zimbabwe game, but not the Scotland game, the Pakistan one.
All right. Well, now let's talk about the Scotland Bangladesh issue, the Bangladesh T20 World Cup issue, because it is weighing heavy on everyone's mind. Everyone is thinking about what will be the future of world cricket if Bangladesh possibly does not play the World Cup, and it seems like that's what is going to happen, because we know and we reported that yesterday afternoon, ICC had sounded out Scotland and told them to be prepared in case they are needed for the T20 World Cup. And in the evening, we confirmed that a lot of strong sources are saying that Scotland have been told about their participation in the T20 World Cup. They will replace Bangladesh, and Bangladesh will be out, unfortunately. But Rohit, how are you looking at this entire scenario? A lot of people in our comment section are also asking, what does this do to world cricket?
So firstly, this is not a situation where we can celebrate. Like, Bangladesh is, telling us that you are not a secure country. We can't send your team. They are showing us eyes. There are multiple things. We know that it's political driven things. We know that it's not the thing which is, carrying forward by the Bangladesh Cricket Board. Certainly not a time when we can celebrate that. Look, if you stand in front of India, like in Hindi we say, तुम्हारा हश्र ये होगा, हमसे जो टकराएगा चूर चूर हो जाएगा. It's not like that. It's not like that what we are, promoting at this point of time. It's basically two very important things. The first thing, what Bangladesh did, again, it's similar to what Pakistan was doing since years. Whenever the cricketing system will hijacked by the political system, you will see similar kind of things where not only the safety but the priority of the cricket, will be definitely be compromised. If you are coming from a political background to engage in a cricketing system and then you are making decisions, this is exactly what you will, looking forward to. There's been nothing. The homework didn't done properly. The research work didn't done properly. Like what we can lose if we are not playing this T20 World Cup? What will happen to those 300 Bangladeshi taka? Or in Indian sense, somewhere around 200 crore rupees. What, 27 million US dollars, something like that. What will happen to that ICC annual income? What will happen to the broadcasting rights? What will happen to the sponsorship fees? What will happen to the what will happen to the annually what we were earning from different things? What will happen if India says that we are not touring to your country for the bilaterals also? Because one bilateral series, if you see India versus Bangladesh, equals to 10 bilateral series what Bangladesh play with any other country. It will give them that kind of money. So are you looking at the magnanimity of the amount which I'm talking about? That's what I need to focus at this point of time, that before taking this decision, were these things taken into consideration, that what will happen to the amount, what will happen to the BCB system if anything close to political adjustments finds, like by the ICC finding. If suppose ICC says that we are doing a proper investigation on this, that what's happened to Bangladesh Cricket Board at this point of time. I know that after 12th everything will be sorted once there will be a means a fixed government is there, not the interim one I'm talking about. Elected government will be there. Everything will be fixed. Government to government exchanges will be completely different as compared to today. But if ICC does this, then it's not something you go by the constitution, that if a board is not running by themselves and running by the political interferences, then there will be huge consequences for Bangladesh cricket. There could be that ICC can cancel the BPL also, because it doesn't fall under the umbrella of ICC. What happened with the Abu Dhabi T10 League? What happened with the ICL at the very start in India? So means means there are things worst, in worst case scenarios which you can think. But at this point of time, what I am looking at is the next second point, and that's about the cricketers. They haven't did anything wrong. They did their hard work. They were there. A huge moment for Liton Das as a skipper, to lead his country in a World Cup. But everything ruined by the political system, Gargi. That's what my point is, that every time when politics take over the sporting ecosystem, and I'm talking not only cricket, you cover badminton, you cover every other sport, that whenever political things will interfere between a cricketing ecosystem or for any sporting ecosystem, they will hamper it. In most causes, they will hamper it.
Absolutely, we've seen that. And I think it was hockey, correct me if I'm wrong. It was hockey when there was no handshakes between the two teams, India versus Pakistan. It's also happened in women's cricket. It's happened in other, I think, table tennis as well. Of course, again, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think after the Pahalgam terror attacks, after what happened in the Asia Cups, there have been multiple sports where we have seen that India and Pakistan sporting relations have not been as cozy as before, and they never have been, let's be honest. And the biggest stage for that is cricket, obviously, and then the other sports come in. But now that you're seeing that actually the relations are actually trickling down into other sports as well. Bharat, a lot of people in our comment section are asking about the 2036 Olympics bid. What does that do? Does this have an adverse effect on India? What are your thoughts? It's not India who said don't travel to India. But anyway, what are your thoughts?
That's a difficult question to answer in just a few words. There could be repercussions here or there, because see, one country, X country or Y country, maybe it is Pakistan, will go and tell that India are not allowing. They might say, though it is not necessarily true, they might go and say that India are trying to exclude Pakistan, India are trying to exclude Bangladesh in cricket. So how can you hold the Olympics, and all these things could come in. But still, that shouldn't really be a major problem in the sense. But I guess one or two countries like Pakistan or Bangladesh will try to raise their voice here or there. India is also facing some stiff competition out there from I think one of the Middle East countries, if I'm not mistaken. So it will be interesting to see how that bid goes. It's still a long way away.
Look, the thing here is when it comes to the Olympics, ICC has done an independent review. From what I know, I think, once again, I'm saying this, correct me if I'm wrong, the threat assessment has been done twice. Both the times, the threat assessment has reported that the security threat in India is low to moderate compared to Pakistan, where the security threat is moderate to high. So when an international governing body is saying that there is no threat in India, that the threat is low to moderate, then how does it affect the Olympics bid is something
I'll add a point. That is from India's point of view. That's not how Pakistan will see it. Pakistan will tell that India are doing politics. I'm just saying what Pakistan might go and say. I'm not saying that will work out well, but that's what they will say, that India are playing politics, India are ruling cricket via ICC, and that is why they're trying to somehow exclude Pakistan and Bangladesh. They threw out a player from Bangladesh from the IPL. That these sort of things they will try to tell. I'm not saying that will work out, but I'm just seeing how it might pan out.
Rohit, your thoughts on this? I don't think this will have any adverse effect on the Olympics bid. Your thoughts?
So I think they will have a certain discussion on this. I'm really sure about it, because the anti-India, the country carrying anti-India sentiments will definitely put this there on the table. Yes, but India can definitely say that, look, the international bodies also checked, as you rightly said, that there have been multiple cross checks. It's an independent body from UK who does this for ICC, and independently does that. And whenever there's certain kind of situations, you always create either a recce team, or you will always pick up a body who can neutrally go to a country and uh, think of all of this, what is being said by the country who's actually saying that we are not feeling safe. So as you were spot on, that it's low to moderate. And if you talk about any other country, if India is traveling to Australia or England, and if we want to have this kind of checking, the similar kind of report will be there. Even I was hearing that in USA, before the football World Cup, there were multiple countries who said about this particular thing, and the same thing was reported back, that it's low to moderate. It's low to moderate. Low to moderate is something where you can play. So I think when it comes to the Olympic thing, yes, people will know these technical things, that yes, what the international bodies did after that, when they received a kind of complaint, if you can say, or just kind of a a request from the other country, that can we have this security measure, can we do this. So I think it's a very reputed agency, the neutral security recce team, which it contains, and all of the cricketing boards trust on that. That's why there was a voting of 14-2. That's why there's means a one-sided landslide victory towards ICC. So yeah, I don't think that, yes, there will be scenarios where the anti-India agenda carrying countries will definitely try to tarnish the image. But I think India and India and this ecosystem related to have some very strong points to defend their part, with all the international bodies supporting them, with the kind of observations, the kind of reportings they had find. So I don't think, Gargi, that there will be any such issues.
My point was nothing to do with security concerns. My point was about Mustafizur Rahman being thrown out of the IPL. These are the sort of things the anti-India bloc will try to raise. I'm not saying it will work out, but that is what they will try to say, that India are doing exclusionary tactics by removing one of the players due to. They might even bring up religion or whatever it is. So they will try to bring up these things, because anti-India bloc will be definitely led by China as well. So it's interesting to see how it goes. It might not work, but they will definitely raise the sort of points, especially about Mustafizur Rahman being thrown out of the IPL.
Yeah, so that is
Exclusion.
that is one thing where we can be very cautious. In future also, we can be very cautious, because just taking it out from a cricketing point, to what's been going on diplomatically and internationally between India and Bangladesh, with all of these things happening in Bangladesh, and we know whatever is going on there. We have to keep this in our mind, that Indian government, with everything going around, they are not trying to stay away from Bangladesh. They are trying to be you know very normal with Bangladesh. That's why Mr. Jaishankar was there. That's why they are not saying anything, no bad mouthing from Indian side also, as far as Bangladesh. The way we reciprocate against Pakistan, we are not doing this against Bangladesh, because as Bharat sir rightly said, that there are certain things which are going on in the world, with our neighboring countries also. And we can't just take, जैसे कहते हैं हिंदी में, कि हम हर एक से दुश्मनी मोल नहीं ले सकते. We can't be enemy to every other, like Bangladesh, China, Pakistan. Can't do like that. So that's why I think also we can take, could be possible, could have been possible, if we have handled this Mustafizur Rahman issue little cautiously. I don't know that where it all started from. Does it all started from the government point of view, or from the BCCI point of view? But from wherever it has started, knowing what the government and the MEA is doing at this point of time with Bangladesh, I think we could have handled this situation a little better, as Bharat sir rightly said.
All right, Rohit, I wanted to get another update from you regarding Aaron George. Some people in the comments were asking about him. What's the update here?
Yeah, so watching him since last 3 days, and he's doing his practice bit. He was playing rugby with the team, and I wasn't very sure that he should play that or not because he's just coming from an tennis elbow, and with tennis elbow, at least my childhood is very very uncertain about the tennis elbow thing, because when we heard about this very first time, for me the very first time was Sachin Tendulkar having a tennis elbow, and him saying to Anjali that I can't even pick a plastic bat also with that hand. So tennis elbow is something which it brings up lots of uncertainties as far as m- uh, I am personally what I have experienced it. So yeah, but Aaron George, he had this heavy strapping on his elbow, I think day before yesterday, but yesterday there was no strapping. He bowled for a bit, he batted for not bowled, he caught cat to taking the catching drills, and apart from that he batted for a bit, take good catches. So I don't think that there will be any kind of problem as far as Aaron George is concerned. He'll be there in place of Vedant Trivedi. Have to see that whether they will come up with Mohammad Inan or not, the leggy, in place of Harvansh Pangalia, because India is at this point of time going with two wicket keepers, and they haven't. It's not the routine lineup for Indian team. If you see the youth ODI in England, after that in Australia, Asia Cup, South Africa, it wasn't the case. Maybe one or two odd games where they gone with both the wicket keepers, but here they are going with both the wicket keepers, maybe to add a little bit of depth. But as I said, that it will be all about getting in a Mohammad Inan and a Aaron George, and to set up. And Aaron George is someone who's as Bharat sir is also rate him really high, and he is definitely he's technically very sorted guy. I think one of the best in this team. I find Abhigyan Kundu also, the kind of batter which I think he will definitely serve India in the later part of his career. But apart from that, he's your one of the most informed batters at this point of time. The kind of batting he did in Asia Cup, the kind of 100 he scored in that third ODI, youth ODI, when there was no Ayush Matre and Weber Suryavanshi and Aaron George was opening. I think the way he scored that 100 gives you a complete picture of this man, that what exactly he's doing at this point of time. Before that, also he was part of the team, but he wasn't able to score big runs in England, in youth ODI versus England, youth ODI versus Australia. Not very big runs, but as soon as the Asia Cup started, his tremendous form came in, and it was there in South Africa. Now you know that your top order, just one innings from Vaibhav Suryavanshi. Apart from that, nothing from Ayush Matre, nothing big from Ayush Matre as of now, and there was nothing from Vihan Malhotra also. So, and Vedant Trivedi also. So now you have only one innings of Vaibhav Suryavanshi where he scored a 29 ball half century, and then later carried it on to somewhere around 80 versus Bangladesh. So you need someone who can give you runs from top order. Aaron George could be that guy. Then you have a good finish with good finishers like Abhigyan Kundu and Kanish Chauhan, more specifically when I'm talking about the finisher thing. And after that, you have RS Ambrish also. You could be having Mohammad Inan also, and then you have Khilan Patel also. So you have a lot of depth as far as your batting is concerned. So yeah, looking forward to Mohammad Inan and Aaron George. Let's see what happens, Gargi. I think in few minutes of time, yeah, it's toss time here.
I'm also checking the toss result in case we have it. Just give me 1 second. No, not yet. But Bharat, there's a question here by Vaibhav Taragi. He's asking, do you see ICC banning Bangladesh to participate in international cricket for a few years? Vaibhav, I don't see any good coming off of this decision. But Bharat, your thoughts?
I don't think they will ban an established member or one of the full members of the ICC. But there could be some sanctions, indirect sanctions. It could be maybe direct sanctions as well. But I don't see them banning any full member just like that. It's not going to be easy to ban a full member just because they were thrown out of the, or they're likely going to be thrown out of the ICC tournament.
All right. Any news on the toss, Rohit? No, not yet. I think there's still some time.
Still waiting, Gargi. Still waiting, because I'm outside at this point of time. So and there is no crowd also. So, like in other countries, we'll know by the cheer of the crowd that India won the toss or other team won the toss. So here, it's
Exactly.
not like that. So we
But I heard from Dave Houghton that cricket is becoming more popular in Zimbabwe. Maybe I am wrong, but Dave Houghton told me about a couple of years ago that uh, there are more fans now for Zimbabwe cricket
Really?
than it
No,
used to be.
the
Yeah,
toss hasn't
that's what Dave
happened yet.
Houghton said. Dave Houghton.
Rohit, sorry?
Yeah, Dave Houghton said that's why I believed because he has been very much an influential figure in the as far as Zimbabwe cricket is concerned.
All right, the toss is nowhere near happening right now. We'll see. Of course, we'll be updating you on whatever happens with the India under 19 versus New Zealand under 19 game. And of course, we're also waiting for
Oh, wet
ICC's.
outfield. Wait, once again. Once again, the wet outfield. They're saying one of the websites is saying toss delayed due to wet outfield.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, as
Is
I said,
that
that it was raining since last night. It was raining like cat and dogs last night. So yeah, could be a possibility. But when I came in, I saw players who were practicing on both the patches. On one patch, like on the left hand side, there was Team New Zealand. On the right hand side, there was Team India. So I think maybe they are making it more perfect as far as game readiness is concerned. I don't think, but there will be more delay if there will be no rain around. As at this point of time, yeah, the skies are looking clear. So I don't think there will be much delay. Could be a 15-minute or max half an hour delay. Not more than that, Gargi.
okay? All right. So that's the update. Toss delayed due to wet outfield. Of course, anything that happens with this match, we'll come back with it. Rohit is reporting from Bulawayo outside of the stadium right now. And of course, we're also waiting for ICC's official statement when it comes to Scotland replacing Bangladesh in the ICC T20 World Cup. Let's see what finally happens with all of this. Thank you, Rohit and Bharat, for joining. And to everyone
Thank
who's
you.
watching, don't forget to join us back at 5 when Boria